Between the blackened stumps and charred treetops of the Cameron Peak burn scar, new life is already springing up. But as welcome as this vegetation is, it's not nearly enough to prevent the next disaster.
You have very burnt soil that anytime it rains, that soil is going to mobilize and go into our reservoirs and the river.
And it's a real threat to Greeley's water supply.
Greeley gets over half of their water supply from the Pooter directly off the river, and then we have 5 reservoirs up the canyon that we get water from.
If that burned soil makes it into the reservoirs, it limits how much water Greeley can store. If it makes it into the river, Greeley will be dealing with water quality issues too.
And the way Greeley is hoping to save its water is with a whole lot of mulch.
And so we have helicopters coming and picking up these big nets of mulch and dropping them over high burn severity areas throughout the burn area. And what that does is help stabilize the soil so vegetation can regrow, and that helps reduce runoff and erosion.
The goal is to blanket 10,000 acres, one load at a time.
We can drop about 100 acres a day, so this is going to be, 2 to 3 year project.
That windy and high-flying work is meant to save the water supply, but could end up saving homes and lives too. Part of the project was scheduled to drop mulch over the same area that slid, washing away 5 homes on Black Hollow Road.
I will say the event that we saw this week was a 100-year rain event, so there is nothing we could have done to prevent the devastation we saw. But any amount of work we can do now will help with future rain events.
It's an expensive project.
It can be $2,500 to $3,000 per acre.
Greeley says will have a priceless impact on Colorado.
Anything we can do to minimize that erosion, that is part of the reason we're getting debris flows. This will help that.
Ashley Michaels, Fox 31.